please guide me for the messages that are to come. And if nothing ends up coming, then maybe this one just turned out to be a ranting video. Hey guys, it's your boy Healer Nico. I had a wonderful night last night here in Atlanta downtown at the State Farm Arena. And it's all pretty much self-explanatory, right? But the main reason why I feel like in tapping into spirit right now is a huge reminder, not just for a single gender, but keeping gender fluidity in mind. And we all hold both feminine and masculine traits, all of us alike, because we are souls living this human experience. And if there's one thing that I could take away from last night, was letting go of all judgments, letting go of all inhibitions, letting go of all the self-criticism that we all hold on a day-to-day basis within ourselves. Like, we are our own worst critics. And while we all admire and love anybody that we bump into, hopefully you do. If you're someone like me that bumps into like souls, you know, whether if you're straight, bi, gay, whatever, if you don't have to be a part of the LGBT community, but I really feel like what Ari is doing for said community and for the world, not just for the community, but for the world at large, is helping a lot of us to tap back into our emotions. And I really feel like where we really get lost in the sauce in all of these things is understanding when we need to slow down, when we need to become more aware of our surroundings and become more aware about how we treat people, how we speak to people. Because let's be real, guys, like, our behaviors, and this is me included, we're souls living a human experience, and it's very human to detach or disassociate from our own set emotions. And that's completely normal. Well, if you think you're crazy or not, whatever adjective you want to put there, whatever the case might be, is to understand that when we really take time to harness and tap into our emotions, whether if that's more feminine or more masculine within our emotions, because emotions are very fluid just as much as we are as souls, because emotions are the outwardly expression of the soul. And this is one of the major ways where we can connect and relate to each other and really just take our time to understand said emotions. And last night, and even this morning, even right now, like, you guys can't probably tell, but I'm crying happy tears. And just so humbled, so blessed, so grateful, so appreciative, not just of Ari, but everyone in my life. And I understand that I can sometimes come off trolly or say certain things that I don't mean, just like anyone else, right? Especially whenever we get in those quirky, goofy moods, or we're making jokes, or we really don't know people's backgrounds, and we really don't know where people come from.
Car on shoulder reported ahead.
Sorry, there's GPS in the background. Okay. This 18-wheeler is right up on bum bum. Just keeping my eyes on the road as I'm talking to you guys. I'm driving back from ATL, heading back towards Mississippi. And I really hope that everyone can know how precious and how innocent and how, what's another word for that? How vulnerable people can be. And I feel like when we really trip up is when we jump to conclusions, whenever we try to assume, right? You guys ever hear that saying, like, never assume, never make accusations. Like, that only makes an ass out of you and me, right? And I don't know. It's just one of those things that just not even at the concert, like just in life in general. And I think this is a huge muse and a huge part and a huge self-reminder for anyone who finds this video and hears it, that everyone's on a go, right? Everyone's worrying about the next moment. And everyone's in such a hurry that we end up colliding into each other, or, you know, causing pain and hurt and misery in others. And whether these different parts and aspects that I'm speaking of or speaking to right now, I believe that we're all one. And I believe that the very same thing that Ari opened up with her first message tonight was, I don't quote me, but not verbatim, right? That we're all a part of each other. Thank you for the aspects of me for showing up for me, and hopefully you're thankful enough for me to show up for you too. And know how much I love you ever so much and unconditionally. And I think all these different signs and synchronicities and symbols surrounding us is just letting us know spiritually that we're on the right track, that we're on the right journey. If you guys know what I'm talking about, if you know, you know. If you don't, maybe there's a little bit more room for awareness there. Plenty of symbols, like my favorite number 22, purple and black, purple and white, purple, black, and white are the three colors of the demi flag, and I am a demi myself. And maybe it's just the mind's funny way of connecting dots that other people usually don't connect or see, because it's meant for you, right? No matter how much we try to express or explain these things to others, the message is clearly meant for us and us alone upon the spiritual journey. I'm sure you've heard it before from other, spiritualists alike. Whether if you're not a spiritualist, you don't have to be. But we align ourselves with like-minded individuals, like emotional individuals. It's not even about trauma bonding, right? It's about individuals we cross paths with, and it's like looking into a mirror and smiling for the smiling for the first time. I'm sorry. Huge wave of emotion just got over me when I was thinking that thought coming through about looking at yourself in the mirror in a certain reflection. And it's road trips like these, because I got about 4 to 5 hours ahead of me. And my most favorite part, set aside from any venue or any event or concert that I go to, is I deliberately prefer to drive rather than fly, because it's kind of like, oh, you get on the flight, it's the next hour or two, and you're sitting in an air pocket in a tube flying through the sky and not knowing whether or not if you're going to fall out of the sky, right? So this is also a huge reminder to myself, and for anyone else who resonates with it, is stay grounded, right? And there's several different ways to stay grounded, and tools that you can utilize, and part of which I have to own in my authentic way of showing up for you guys. It's been hard because of my own mental health and everything else like that, right? And this last 3 months have been like a roller coaster for me, extreme roller coaster, from the highest highs to lowest lows that I've ever felt since 2018 or even like 2012. And it's like every 6 to 9 years, anywhere in that ballpark, anywhere between 6, 7, 8, or 9 years. Like, I go through these patterns and these loops and in these wavelengths of, the clock says 11:11 right now, of synchronicities. And until we can learn to accept the outcome or the messages that Spirit or the greater universe at large is trying to communicate to us, is the day or the night or the evening, whatever. If you're in the shower, if you're on the toilet, or if you're in a car or truck like I am right here, right now, are moments of pure and utter reflection. While we're trying to fill our void with music, food, and everything else, trying to disassociate from said hard emotions, or even if you're just partaking in everyday life. Fasting is a huge part of that too. That could be a huge grounding thing to do, right? And I looked in the mirror last night and I was looking at her. You know, she was looking at all around at different perspectives of me, as I was looking all around and looking at different perspectives of her. And all these eyes were just open and awake last night. And it was beautiful, guys. It was beautiful. And sad enough to say that Eternal Sunshine Tour and going back on the Eternal Sunshine of a Spotless Mind and thinking about that movie in the back of my head while witnessing her do her thing, right? Girlie getting out her Catwoman and her whip and her sassiness, her masculinity within her femininity, and taking control, taking her power back, and just really like owning that ground she's standing on. And I think that's a huge reminder for all of us who resonates with this said message, is owning who you are, owning what you're about, owning your own vices. You're owning every aspect of you, so nobody else can tell you X, Y, or Z about what you should and shouldn't do, or who you should and shouldn't be. These are our souls living within these bodies, which are avatars, okay? And whether or not, if you go with the Eternal Sunshine memory eraser, or if you're trying to get over certain traumas because you would prefer to do so because it's life-threatening, or because it's health-threatening for you, then so be it. But at the same time, meditation, breath work is something I closely resonate with and partake in. Not every single day, but I know that I should do it every single day, and which I am going to do it every single day. And getting back into yoga, doing those sit-ups in the morning, doing what feels right for my body. Because I'm not trying to make this about me, but if you have certain illnesses or diseases or elements that exist within the vessel, which is your body or your mind, or even your energy, your spirit, like, you got to cleanse that shit out, baby. You got to cleanse it out however you can, however you will, in your own time, because healing is not a straight linear line, right? And I want to be where I am today without you. I wouldn't be here with you if I didn't see the message, if I didn't see the signs, if I didn't see the synchronicities. And shout out to Mac Miller. You're my rock, dude. Like, reasons why I got knuckle tattoos and listen to your art, listen to your music alike. Like, you're highly missed, brother. And if you're watching this from the heavens above, just know that I love you, bro. And I know that we never met in person, but I highly resonated with your message and your story, and set aside with Ari as well. And the very fact that you two got together was like divine, and it set me in line, liking two separate different artists and stars, and then two of my favorite artists and stars getting together back then. And anyways, that was a little side tangent, but I just had to share that, right? And man, this same 18-wheeler has been riding on booty. this entire time. That's okay. Keep looking forward, keep looking ahead, right? Two birds just flew over my head just now. Oh, man. Just, if I could say one last thing, is that even if I don't know you, and if you know of me and I know of you, just know at a certain level of awareness that we know each other to a certain extent. Because we feel each other every single day. If you resonate to be an empath or clairvoyant, clairsentient, whatever the case might be, if you have external abilities beyond oneself, and to go back on to the certain list of illness or ailments, I have autoimmune disease, I have chronic pain, and the doctors are looking at me at least twice a month, and there's no sign of anything worse than that, but I do have lupus, and I'm diagnosed lupus, and I have arthritis. My body's breaking down, and this usually happens to people because the soul is feeling either A, trapped, or B, or our energetic being or our auras want to ascend, essentially. And the soul eventually feels trapped over time. And what happens whenever these illnesses or ailments come over our vessel is either A, the soul is ready to ascend for another higher level or higher awakening, or getting ready for the next life, right? Because I'm doing my part just as much as anyone else is doing their part. And maybe I'm not a grander scheme as everyone else. I love you. But there's no comparison, right? And before I continue ranting on, I'm going to give us another 3 minutes, meet the 20-minute mark. Just know, if you're ever feeling alone, tired, or fatigued, or any other type of ailments are existing within your vessel, just know that you aren't crazy. These things are happening for a reason. If you're someone like me that believes in karma or anything else like that, just know that whether you believe in karma, good or bad, that things happen in their own time. Try not to label it. Try not to overanalyze it or overthink it. It is what it is, and don't think it's tied to something in your past because you did or did not do something. Things happen for a reason. I do not believe in coincidences. I believe in consequences. I do. But the consequences versus the coincidence of everything, they're not linear, okay? Coincidences is something that's like, we meet to a certain level of awareness, right? And then we choose to avoid it. That's where consequences come in within the greater universe of everything. And final messages, I love all of my family. I love all of my friends. Anyone who is in my inner circle, you know who you are. Ari, fabulous voice, such an angelic voice. I love you so, so much again. And just never give up. And that's another sign that I saw on the way out here on the back of an 18-wheeler. The sign said, never give up. Never give up. No matter how badly or this world may treat you, spit on you, beat you down, you know who you are, because you're the one that determines the outcome, my love. So, and I can't wait for Fockers in Law coming this Thanksgiving. Can't wait to see you on the big screen, baby. Alright, talk to you later. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste.